Steam doesn't stream the game to you every time, but Google Stadia, a games streaming service, that does try to stream the game to you every single time. And again, it would use up insane amounts of internet traffic if it became popular. Because it's not popular. But if it became popular, it would use up insane amounts of internet traffic. Presumably for the convenience of you not having to, you know, use your own storage, use your own graphics card even. I think Stadia, you don't need a graphics card. Or not a big one at least. Because the graphics is done on the server side. And they stream the output of the graphics cards to your computer. Well, that raises an interesting question actually. What's more expensive? Everybody owning their own graphics card? Or the streaming? The amount of internet data transfer that it increases it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh, maybe Google Stadia is more efficient. Oh, but imagine this, a peer-to-peer version of Google Stadia, where instead of there being a centralized farm of graphics cards and storage, everybody owns their own graphics cards and storage. And when you're not playing on your own computer, other people play on your computer and you stream it to them. So it's Stadia, but peer-to-peer. It's probably a bad idea. It's just not reliable, right? Other people's computers. But I kinda like that idea though. The idea that like you can let other people play on your computer when you're not playing on it. Can you do that? I mean, you can like share desktops, right? Is that good enough for people to play video games? From the other side of the world? Low latency desktop sharing. Low latency, high fidelity desktop sharing. Why is desktop sharing so slow? And does that mean that does that mean that Google Stadia, the amount of computing power required to play video games over the internet, does that actually require more computing power in total than just playing on your local machine? It does, right? Because otherwise desktop sharing would not be so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not efficient, is it? Somebody needs to do these calculations. Like, what is the total energy consumption? And not just like computers, right? Like actual do like a life cycle comparison. That should be gold. Life cycle comparisons. Life cycle cost comparisons. Oh, for streamed game services. Oh, I guess that's still new. Let's say Netflix. Streamed television slash films versus physical media lifetime cost comparison. Okay, and then we subtract there, subtract there. Great. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Steam. So the difference between Steam and Netflix. Netflix, you stream every time you watch. Steam, you stream every time you install, right? And like, you know, I install Fallout 4 once or Skyrim once, and then I play for like 1,000 hours. So it's one stream, one instance of stream data for like 1,000 hours of entertainment. 1,000 hours is exceptional, of course, but at least like 20 hours, even for the most, like, even for games with the least replayability. Whereas Netflix, you stream every time you watch. But also, how often do you watch a show more than once? I mean, how many shows actually have, or how many like films have rewatchability analogous to replayability in video games, right? Maybe Netflix is right. I keep bouncing back and forth between whether it's right or wrong, whether it's economically viable. Because if you only ever watch a show once anyway, well, it doesn't really matter if you stream it every time you watch it, because you only watch it once. It's not much different from if you only play a game once. Like, you download it, play it once, uninstall it, and that's it, you never touch it again your entire life. I mean, it's about the same cost. Right? That's right, cow. that, and then but it does mean that Stadia is definitely not worth it, right? Like, if you can justify streaming TV shows because you only ever watch it once anyway, then Google Stadia is only justifiable if you only play the game once. So like it'll be a specific kind of game. If you play it over and over again and you stream it every single time, the economic argument becomes a lot less robust. Alright, here we are, loop 2. Let's remove these. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? What on earth happened here? Oh, that just plugged in without... Wait a minute, that just plugged in without... Hold on, what is 1? 1 is 1. Oh, that just plugged in without without repeaters pointing inwards. Why would that have happened? I have no idea. Yeah, this is like one shot. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oops. That's not it. 1, okay, good there. But... don't we need 2 of these? Yes, we do need 2 of these. Subtract that 1. Back to Google Stadia. But I do think that Google sometimes they live in a... They live in the future. Right. Like they propose things that don't really exist yet. I think in their minds everybody should have Google Fiber, which is like super fast internet. Google Fiber is pretty much the best internet possible. And I don't even know if it's profitable. It might just be subsidized by Google. The idea is if everybody had Google Fiber, then Google Stadia would make sense. that cuts that there, that cuts that there. And not only that, if everybody had cheap Google Fiber, yeah, Google just lives in the fantasy world that doesn't quite exist yet. I mean, even Google Fiber doesn't really exist. It exists in a few places, but it's not like it's all over the world, right? Okay, now we move on to the link between Loop 2 and Loop 3. Wherever this is. I regret putting the ladder there. In fact, I'm not even sure we need a ladder because we can step down here. Alright, let's think about the ladder. I need this to be 1, 1. You know what, let me just do this first. And okay, that put that there, put that there. Why was that glass? I regret putting the ladder here. I guess I moved the ladder over by 1. No, I needed that side. That. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that for every ladder, aren't I? Alright, first of all,